Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help you help someone else. Today, I want to talk about Thanksgiving because it's coming up here in a few days, and this is a time of year that can be very emotionally challenging for a lot of people, myself included. Now, my reasons for finding distress in this week might be different than yours. All I ask is that you hold space for me in my mental health journey just as I do for all of you. So I won't be releasing any reactions this week because I'm in this kind of weird emotional funk, which I anticipated, but I don't want to project that on my reactions or project that into songs or music videos. I want to be kind of as neutral as possible going into these songs, and right now I just have a lot going on and I didn't want to project that, so I hope you'll understand there as well. The first thing I think all of you guys can relate to in some way, and that's the fact that gratitude doesn't fix everything. I hear so many times that you just need to look on the bright side, or you need to count your blessings, or some variation of that. And this tends to crop up a lot more around this holiday when people are struggling to connect with that or struggling to find emotional balance. The truth is holidays can be a difficult time for a plethora of reasons, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be rainbows and sunshine. It doesn't have to be happy the entire holiday season. You are still allowed to have your feelings and your emotions. Let me say that again. You are still allowed to have your feelings and your emotions. Just because this is a time that people have taken to socially to express gratitude does not mean that you aren't allowed to have feelings that might make them uncomfortable or might not align with that. And it doesn't mean that you're being ungrateful. It doesn't mean that you're not wanting to be thankful for the things in your life. I'll tell you, I do a gratitude practice every single day, and I do think that gratitude is a big skill, a big tool in the mental health journey, in our mental health toolbox. It's such a huge thing, but it's not going to fix everything. It's not going to make all of your symptoms of anxiety and depression go away. And I think it's really important for us to remember that while we're going through our journey, but it's also important to remember that when we're interacting with other people, that we're not just trying to cheer them up all the time. We're not just trying to make them feel better or make them look on the bright side, because sometimes they might smile and nod and say, okay, yeah, and they're really hurting inside, and they're just needing someone to listen. So if someone is coming to you this time of year, instead of just saying, oh, you need to be grateful, or any time really, but like I said, tends to happen more this time of year. If somebody's coming to you, don't just brush it off with, well, you just need to be happy, you just need to be grateful. Let's talk about everything you have. Think of the kids, think of your sister, think of your parents, whatever the case is. If they're struggling, let's hold space for it. And the next thing I struggle with, honestly, I've been a bit ambivalent to bring up on the channel because I'm terrified that it's going to push people away. And then I realize, well, that just makes me a hypocrite to censor myself because I'm afraid of pushing people away. That kind of undoes everything I stand for. So here we go. I really struggle being sad about the animals this time of year. I'm vegan for ethical reasons. I don't talk about it a lot here on the channel. I don't harp about it because it's not part of the message here usually, but this week it is. And it's something that is very, very challenging for me because, maybe you can relate to this part, I'm an empath. I tend to be very empathetic. So if someone's suffering, if someone's struggling, and it's kind of forefront in my mind that that's really going to affect me. And this time of year, that's really forefront in my mind because this entire holiday kind of circles around the big meal and the turkey and all of the mashed potatoes and all of the other things that go with it. And while I do typically celebrate in my own way and I have my own delicious feast, and that's not a problem, it's just that's so much more, in my face this time of year. And an extension of that is I tend to get bullied a lot more this time of year for my veganism. So it's challenging in the sense of, well, I'm just kind of ruminating on this suffering, and I don't mean to, I don't want to, but it's very in my face. So I'm really struggling with that But additionally now I'm struggling because people are bullying me, and I'm not new to it. I've been dealing with this for years. I've been vegetarian since 2005 or 6, and I went vegan in 2019. I'm no stranger to this conversation, and I'm no stranger to people bullying or just kind of making off comments, trying to be funny because they don't know how to relate to me or how to talk to me about it, or because they are really wanting to drill down, well, I'm a meat eater. I'm not trying to convert you, I promise, but it's just very difficult because this is when people really start saying things that can be very hurtful, not only because they come off as character assassinations, but also because this thing that I'm struggling with emotionally already, now they're shoving it in my face with, well, I'm eating this because it tastes so good. And they have this need for some reason to almost explain to me, to justify why they're doing it. Like I'm judging them. I really consider myself to be a pretty accepting person, and I don't go out of my way to judge other people or to harp on other people or to try and convert other people. No matter how passionate I am about it, I still hold space for other people and their journeys. And this time of year, man, I just really wish other people would give me the same respect and not be so aggressive about their conversation. I love to have conversation with people about it, and I am more than open to talk or to answer questions or anything like that. It's just so aggressive this time of year, and it's really stressful for me, even if I'm not really interacting with a whole lot of people. And the last one I think is going to resonate with a lot of people here on the channel. I miss my family. I really desperately miss my family. I miss growing up and just being able to spend time with them and talk to them during the holidays. The holidays have really not meant much to me since my mom passed away in 07, since my dad passed away in 05. I really just haven't had a holiday that feels like a holiday to me. I haven't had a Christmas or a Thanksgiving that feels right, and maybe I never will again. And I know I shouldn't put all of this pressure on this day. I shouldn't put all of this energy toward I need to feel a certain way. I know that, I get that. It's not like I'm putting pressure on myself, but I still do miss being able to just have somewhere to go home to, you know, because even if my boyfriend's family invited me to Thanksgiving or Christmas, or if my friends invited me over, I am so appreciative of gestures like that. And it's not that I don't connect with them mentally, but they're not my parents. They're not ever going to be my parents. My best friend in the world, who's like a sister to me, still can't replace my parents. And even if I spent the holidays with her, it still wouldn't be the same. Even though she knew my parents, we could talk about my parents the whole entire time, but it's just absolutely not the same. And it's very challenging to navigate the holidays when you've lost someone. It's a very difficult thing to do. And I try to incorporate things, traditions of theirs or things that they really liked. I've figured out ways to make vegan versions of some of our classics and stuff to honor them in that way. And I always just spend time thinking about them, writing in my memory journal, things like that. So I very much do connect with them through the holidays in whatever way I can, and honor them in whatever way I can. And if somebody I know needs some kind of Thanksgiving dinner or just needs some Christmas cheer, I still spread that to those people, because that's my way of honoring my parents. That's my way of connecting with them through this time, is finding ways that I can spread kindness, because I know that that was a big priority to them as well. So there are ways to connect with them, but I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it's just crippling, and it's not fun anymore to navigate the holidays, honestly. It's just very stressful. And I feel so actually light just to be able to say that. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to like the holidays. You don't have to like anything about the holidays. You can be a total Grinch, and that's okay. And you know what? Bah humbug. That's how I feel right now, and I just don't want to hide it. I don't want to put on a face. I don't want to lie about it. I'm just feeling really crappy this week. I'm feeling really frustrated and stressed out and lonely, and I really just wanted to share that, because We try so hard to be something we're not during the holidays. We try to be the person that goes to all the events. We try to be the person that gets the best presents. We try to be perfect. And we're trying to be someone else's version of perfect. I remember the year my mom passed away, I didn't want to do Christmas at all. I had no desire to do Christmas. And I ended up going to the movie theater and watching Sweeney Todd on Christmas because that's what made me feel comforted at the time. I didn't want to lean into all the Christmas traditions. I didn't want to, you know, light a Yule log and put up a tree and everything. I think I still put up a tree. I don't remember. I think I still put up a tree, but it was just very unenthusiastic. I was very unenthusiastic. It was just, I did it because it was almost a chore that year. But I leaned into the things that made me feel in some way better that day, or that validated the dark that I was feeling that year, instead of trying to watch some Christmas movie, watch Jingle All the Way, or watch, oh my gosh, I'll Be Home for Christmas, the Jonathan Taylor Thomas movie that I can't watch anymore because of Jessica Biel, because she got both my JTs and it makes me very sad. But like I said, I just wanted to be honest and come on here and talk to you guys about how I'm feeling this week, because I think that you can resonate with at least one of my points, I'm sure, but also to explain why I wasn't going to post any videos this week. I still will be continuing, obviously, but I just didn't really want to post any this week and be inauthentic in my reactions, because I feel like either, like I said, I'd be projecting it or I'd be faking it, and I don't want to do either of those things. So I hope that in whatever way feels right for you, you have a very happy Thanksgiving, or whatever it is you celebrate. I hold space for that. I hope that you have a wonderful holiday, and please keep in mind that the community is here for you. So if you don't have anywhere to go, you can always jump over here and we will send you some love. And please feel free to share your memories of your loved ones here in the comments. If you lost someone, we will help keep their memory alive. So please feel free to come share your favorite holiday memories with your loved ones that might not be here in the flesh anymore to share those. I love you guys so much, and thank you very much for listening and holding space, even if my mental health journey and my story might look different than yours. Mwah.